a stunning little hill called Esgair Garthen, and it's up above the Clyrwen Reservoir in what I know as the Elenydd, so it's central Wales, and it's in the heartland of central Wales really, which is incredibly wild.
And what's the significance of being up here today?
Well, I've just completed what we have entitled the Welsh Highlands, Uchafion Cymru, and that's a co-authored listing between myself, Myrddyn Phillips, and Elenydd Williams, who's doing the videoing. And that listing, the criteria is all Welsh hills 500 metres and above, so that's all the way up to Myrddyn, that have a minimum 15 metres of drop, and we've identified via lidar and Trimble survey 630 of them. So this is my last one.
Well, congratulations then.
Yes! Yay!
So how long has it taken for you to complete 630 hills?
It's taken about 19 years since the very first time I purposely went out to bag, and that was in the Elenydd, just the other side of a garn. And I surveyed that for qualification with an old basic levelling staff, and I believe that was April of 2004. So it's 19 years off and on with various sort of sabbaticals from the list, and once Elenydd got involved and became co-author, or once you became co-author, what's Elenydd? Where is Elenydd? Elenydd's somewhere else, like. You found, a mass of new hills mainly through lidar analysis, and that's helped to make the list more robust. So recommend the list to anybody. It takes you to some absolutely fantastic places, and I think certainly for that height band, anything over 500 metres, I think the drop value over minimum 15 metres works really well.
And in terms of the list, any special kind of things about the list that you'd like to highlight?
Well, again, it sort of takes in the higher height category, which many people still refer to as the 2,000 footers, so includes all of those. It's the variety really that I've been most impressed with. You've got all the dramatic rock sculptured peaks up in Eryri, up in northwest Wales, and also coming down to places like the Arran, Cadair Idris and the Elenydd. But you've got hills like this, straight in the centre of the Elenydd grasslands, very, very wild places. And as I'm looking at the camera here, behind Elenydd, there's parts of the Towie Forest, and a lot of that we've investigated earlier on this year. But again, it goes all the way down, including many hills down in South Wales as well. So above all, I think it's the variety.
And the hill is partly published, is that right?
Yeah, the hill list is, we've put, I think it's 3 sort of introductions and updates on the Mapping Mountains site over recent years. And that gives the totals per region. And then the updates have given obviously the up-to-date total, but also how the list is progressing, because the plan is to eventually publish it. I know you're doing a stunning job on the place name research, and that's taking a lot of time to write up because of the detail involved. But as well as the criteria and the surveying that's gone into it to make it the qualification for the hills as robust as possible, the list has benefited tremendously from the place name research that we have both conducted. Even last week we were on a hill which is to the right of where I am now, on the other side of the Clyrwen Reservoir, called Esgair Garthen. And on our way down we bumped into a farmer. His name was Tom, somebody that I contacted many years ago by telephone. But you spoke to him for about 10 or 15 minutes, and you've spoken to him on the telephone since. And it's getting the knowledge of those people that work the land, because many of these smaller prominence hills on any ordnance survey map, there's never been a name applied to them. And usually if you can find a local farmer, and if you give them the time of day, they'll impart their knowledge of the land that they know.
So 630 hills done, the Uchafion done, first person to complete them. What's next for Myrddyn Phillips?
I'm going to go home and I'm going to have a real good mug of tea and a lie down, I think. I was tempted in trying to complete a second round of the Welsh Dewies. I've probably got about 50 or 60 hills for that to go. I have to admit, I don't think I will do that. Over recent years, I've sort of swayed away from the higher 2,000 footers, partly because in Wales I'd done them so often. But I just got into bagging P30s and surveying them. And again, I like the aspect of going to places I've never been before. And that's again one of the advantages of doing the P15s down to 500 metres, because it takes in I don't know how many more different hills that aren't either P20s or P30s within that category. It's well over 100, and superb hills. So I think I'll just go back to bagging and surveying P30s I haven't been on before.